Hey guys, it's Ashlyn and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Ashlyn and today I'm going to be diving into questions that you're too afraid to ask your parent. So therefore, I'm going to be answering all your girly questions that you may be a little bit like or anxious to ask your parents, or even subjects that like you've never have always wondered about but have never asked your parents. I definitely growing up had those questions, but I didn't want to go there, but I kind of did. So here is a safe place for all girls, all younger teens, whatever, preteens, to watch this video. I'm going to be pretty open and honest, but I kind of wanted to give you guys my view on different questions that you guys asked me. And then also, I mean, I'm basically like an older sister. I've never been an older sister, so that means I get to be like an older sister to you guys, because that is really cool. And you know, I am almost 21. I know, it's shocking. So I would say I've kind of I've been through my teen years. I have some sort of experience with relationships and just all sorts of things. You know, I've been there, done that type of thing. So I am here to give you peace and maybe answer some questions that you want to know. So with that being said, I'm just gonna dive right into it. So over on Instagram and my YouTube channel, I ask people to send in questions that they are too afraid to ask their parents. So to anyone that sent in a question, I really appreciate you just trusting me and letting me help you basically. And I don't know, I'm just really excited. So thank you guys so much for doing that. And all these will be kept anonymous like I said it would be. So with that being said, let's have some girl time and just dive into these questions. So first, these are the ones that I received on Instagram. And the first one is it scary to insert a tampon? And by the way guys, this is all gonna come from my own opinion and experience, so don't judge me too much. But yes, it is, or at least it was for me. When I first got my period, okay, that being said, both of my older sisters, you know, they're older than me, so I grew up around periods and pads and tampons and all that, so that didn't freak me out, but the idea of a tampon did, basically. And I just remember I was I don't want to do this. I was not a fan of a tampon or tampons for the longest time, forever. I'll be straight up with you guys, it was just terrifying. And honestly, I remember doing it the first couple of times, and I was this just does not feel right. And if it doesn't feel right, it's not in there correctly. But I don't know, it felt so uncomfortable. If I had to use one word to explain a tampon, it would just be uncomfortable. So yeah, is it scary to insert a tampon? I think if you've never used one before, then yes. Obviously it gets better the more you use them and the more you know what feels right and wrong, if that makes sense. Like I said, now that I've done it for years, it's no big deal, but back then it was a scary thing. But you know, it's a lifesaver when you're in lakes and beaches and pools and all that. So yeah. The next question is, do you think you could love someone when you're 16? So I feel I know quite a few people that have met in high school and then have gotten married and you know, do forever marriage. So I do think it's possible. I do think it would be hard to love someone in it at 16 at a very young age, because you just kind of don't know what you want at the same time. At 16 I might have thought I knew what I wanted, but dating different people and getting out there and having your own experiences, it's just totally different, if that makes sense. So do I think it's possible? Yes. Is it realistic? I think it's very rare nowadays. Like I said, I'm not saying it's not possible, but you know, I don't know. The next question is what to look at when you're dating someone. So again, this is my personal opinion, but for me, when I was dating and trying to find someone, I would literally look at the person and be do I really see myself marrying this person, if that makes sense? Because I date to marry, so any person that I was just or yeah, I'm just gonna I don't know, I never led people on, but I would go on dates, if that makes sense. What I'm trying to say is what I personally look for is just do you really see this person fitting into your life? Does their lifestyle work with yours? And then trust is a big thing. If you can trust the person, if they're sweet, if they're caring, because they cannot, I mean, like, absolutely not have like that careless attitude, if that makes sense, or like never work. Or if they just like won't fight for you, that will never work too. So yes, I think honesty and just like good communication, see this person fitting in your life. I mean, the list goes on, and of course you want them to be hot, and then you want them, you know, it just goes on. You want them to be sweet. So just, I don't know, it's really kind of like your personal opinion, but yeah, good luck. And you just have to remember when you're like dating or like even looking to date someone, just know your worth. Like, that is like my biggest thing when it comes to like dating guys, is you have to know your worth, and like you have to not settle for less than you deserve, if that makes sense. Like, guys and like whatever should like kiss your feet. Your other person, your better half, should like do anything for you. So yeah, that's my hot tea of personal opinion there. The next question is, do you get really emotional during your period? I cry for absolutely no reason. Okay, so this is called PMS. All girls deny it. I feel like when men or even like family members used to come up, or like to any of my sisters or me or like whatever, they'd be like, oh, you're just angry, you're on your period or something like that. And I used to hate when they used to say that. I'll still get mad if somebody like blames my like anger or attitude on my period, whether it is or is a thing of PMS. Like, just don't go there, you know. To answer your question of like, do you get really emotional? Yes, I do personally. The first step is admitting it, but when I'm on my period, I definitely think like everything is just going to irritate me, so I definitely am more emotional, I would say. Is it normal? Completely, yes. I mean, you're supposed to like crave chocolate during your period, you're supposed to be more emotional. It is normal, I get it. So it's okay if you're going through that. Cry all you want. Go get your ice cream. Whatever it takes to, you know, beat the ant, whatever. You name it. The next question is, what if I'm almost 14 and still haven't gotten my period? Okay, so don't stress about that. I've known so many girls that get it at like the early age of like 8. To like, some of them not even getting it till they're like 16, 17, like legit, like no joke. Don't worry about it. Everybody's bodies is different. Some bloom faster, as they would say. So like, the fact that you're just like almost 14 and like haven't started, like, just don't stress about it. I believe I started my period when I was like 13. I was just like an average gal, but like I said, you're still like 13, so just like don't stress about it. The next question is, how do you remove your pubic hair? Do you do that? Okay, so again, growing up, I was like totally against that. I was like, why would you shave that? Like, what the heck? And then I did when I was like, I was probably 15 when I started shaving down there, I'd have to say, to be honest. Not positive on that. But then I was like, yeah, this is the way to go. It's honestly your personal, like, if you like to shave down there, if you don't, that's completely up to you. I don't want you to feel like, oh, if you don't shave down there, then like that's not normal. There's plenty of people that do both. For me, I do. Yeah, and how do I shave it? I literally just get a razor and go at it. I used to do like nair, like, because I hated shaving back in the day. When I was like younger, I hated shaving. Like, I hated shaving my legs, I hated shaving down there, I hated shaving my like underarms. In fact, I actually did get laser hair removal on my underarms, but that's beside the point. I hated shaving so much that I tried nair, I tried everything, and honestly I didn't like the smell of nair and stuff, so I quit using that. And now I just shave, I go at it. There's really no right way to shave. Some people say, oh, go one direction. It's whatever gets it done, pretty much. Just throwing that out there. So just practice, be careful if you do that, and The next question is, when is a good time to lose your V card? Can I lose it in high school? Okay, so again, this is like my personal opinion. If I was like a mom or something, you can have sex at any time. Let's face it, you can have sex when you're 13, 15, 14, 18, it doesn't matter. But let me tell you something, it means 10 times more. It is more special. It feels better when you love the person. I think that you shouldn't be like younger than like 18. Like I said, I know a lot of people like lose it before then, but that's just my personal opinion, because like I said, you have to be like mature in that situation too, because at the same time you can get like pregnant from that. Like, not saying no like hate towards like, you know, teen moms or anything. Like, you go if you're like taking care of your kid, nothing to do with them. I totally respect teen moms, but like, you just gotta think, like, when you're like losing your V card and when you're having sex, like, it is a big deal. Like, at least to me, I feel like it's more special, and like if both parties are like mature and stuff. I don't know, that's just my personal opinion. I don't know why I'm like ranting about sex. Literally anybody can lose it. It's just like, what is the right timing, if you're mature enough, if it's with the right person, that kind of thing. So yeah, just keep that in mind, and good luck. The next question is, my dad bothered that I'm gay. He hasn't always been a good father to me, and sometimes when we have company he makes homophobic jokes when he knows I'm there. Okay, so I'm trying to think how to answer this one. I feel like the whole gayness and lesbian thing is kind of, it's not new. It should have been normalized a long time ago, but sadly it's still not quite normalized across the world like it should be. So maybe your dad is just getting adjusted to it. Maybe he's learning about it. Hopefully you can like educate him that it is like normal, like this is your way, you like, you know, it's just how you feel. I mean, that's literally all you should say, and hopefully he's understanding about that. Is he bothered by it? He probably could be, but like I said, that's just because he's uneducated and not caught up with today's times, if that makes sense. So literally tell your dad how you feel, that it bothers you. That is very disrespectful of your father to like make fun of you, if that makes sense, because again, he's your son. So yeah, or he's not your son, I meant he's your dad, but you get what I'm saying. So I wish the best luck for you. Don't be ashamed if you're gay. That's just how you are, and it's completely normal. We support you and love you. The next question is, how can I deal with my anxiety? I've really been struggling. Okay, so first of all, I really hope you just take a deep breath and you aren't struggling anymore. I know that's like very easily said than done. I personally have been like so stressed out recently, believe it or not, just with all this COVID stuff, and just my anxiety has been through the roof. So you, first of all, you have to know you are not alone. I too have anxiety. It is completely normal. How do you deal with it? You know, I'm not an expert, but I deal with it myself, and I try not to worry about things that I shouldn't be worried about. So like, I have this motto, and it is don't worry unless there is a reason to worry, if that makes sense. So like, if you don't know about something, then don't worry about it. If it's unknown, don't worry about it. Like I said, I know some stuff like may trigger you or something like that, but literally just try not to worry. And if it's that bad, then go tell somebody that you're close with. Tell your mom, tell your dad, and they can get you help. I mean, there's lots of like medicines and stuff that can help that. It's not like there's nothing wrong with you. It is completely normal. So just understand that, and if you need help, then just like go seek it. If you're tired of feeling that way, if you're not motivated, then there's some stuff that can help you get through that and make you feel like you again, if that makes sense. So yeah, hang in there. I love you. When someone said you were a mistake or you're tired of us, did they really mean it? Okay, so this one is a pretty deep question. I know personally when I've said, oh, I'm tired of you, like to a family member, or like, I definitely get like the tired, you get annoyed with people, you will like through your life. I wouldn't take it to heart, if that makes sense. Like, those are very hard words. Saying you are like a mistake and stuff like that, that would tear me apart personally. but hopefully they just didn't mean it. It was taken out of context. I wouldn't take it like to heart, especially if you're in a home that like you know you were loved and everything. I'm sure they love you. I'm sure they just like were mad or just annoyed at the time or had a lot going on in their life. So like I said, I understand those are like very like harsh words to like have a parent tell you you're a mistake, but you're not a mistake. God makes no mistakes. So like, you're perfectly fine. You're meant to be here, if that makes sense. So hang in there, and that's definitely like a good question, so thank you for asking me. The next question is, what does it mean when you have sex dreams? When I've had 3 in my life and it scares me. I've never lost my V card. I'm 16 and never had a boyfriend. Okay, so I'll admit it, I've had those dreams before. Usually it was about a person that I was crushing on, or somebody that like a celebrity or something. It's usually the people I crushed on though, to be honest. I don't think it really means anything. I just think like it means like you're thinking about them, if that makes sense. Like again, like I said before, mine was usually like crushes or something like that. Like I think it's normal, so just, I don't know, that's like, you're not alone there. I've been there, so it's okay. Don't think like you're like, you know, it just happens, I guess. Like, coming from experience, like, I'm no saint. I was literally 18 when I lost my V card, like, personally, so, like, the next question is, he's really experienced and I'm not. I'm afraid I'm going to be bad at it. Okay, so, okay, so I just had to get that out first. So, all I can say is there's going to be people that have done it multiple times, and there's going to be people who haven't. But hopefully, if you're even having sex with that person in the first place, that they will be understanding, and hopefully they'll just like take control, if I'm being honest. Like, I remember like I was scared of that. I've had these same thoughts. I'm like, I'm horrible at this. Like, what am I supposed to do here? Like, I was that girl too. I was afraid of it. But you know, it just kind of happens, and you'll get better and better over time, I promise you. And more importantly, it's not really about getting better, it's about learning the other person, if that makes sense. So yeah, don't worry about it. He should be understanding like that you're not as experienced, and that is completely like okay. Do not feel guilty about that. Like, good for you, you know, if he's experienced or whatnot, big woo. That just means he should take charge, and you should just, to be honest, enjoy the show, okay? I'm just gonna say that. Man, I feel like I was just really like harsh and honest with all of those questions. That's probably the most like open I've been in a YouTube like video. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video so much. Again, if you sent me a question, then thank you guys so much for just, you know, trusting me and putting your questions in my hands. I hope I gave you some clarity with all of them. And yeah, guys, I love you so much. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!